All right, looks like we're live on Facebook, live on Instagram, live on YouTube. Good evening. Good evening. Woo. Good afternoon to you. This is kind of different. We don't usually do this in the middle of the day, but today is certainly a day off for me. So I figured I'd pop in live. I got episode 234 ready. Maybe we'll get through episode 234. I will usually I do a live in the evening. So it'll be interesting to see how many of you are now playing hooky from work like I am and get out here and say hi. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to just kind of hang out for 10 or 15 minutes or so. And then what I'll do after is we'll go into episode 234. Got a short version of the show for you today for this afternoon. And then we'll push everything out to the app this afternoon. So it'll be a little bit different format today. We're again live on Instagram, YouTube, and then a Facebook. Lisa's here in the middle of the day. Hello. Helen is here. Good evening to you. Dina says hi. Coors Field, Shannon checks in. Sorry about that. Karen's from Long Island. So a lot of the regular folks. I like it. Casey's here. Colorado Springs. Becky's here. Cool. I wasn't sure, I agree. Nice surprise. So Angela, hey, how are you? I miss you. I told you last night. I don't know if you saw that. But I miss you in our meeting. But hopefully you'll come back. Nora is live on YouTube. Good evening to you. Corey from Mississippi. Midday hello from Missouri. Travis and Wendy, good evening to you. I keep saying good evening. Good afternoon to you. Helen says, I love the Facebook notification. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier, doesn't it? Very fun. I put it on Twitter as well. So if you're following along on Twitter, you got the tweet saying, let's do this. So that's the game plan here. So like I said, a short episode. I'll get into that. I want to do that first, maybe. And then after the episode, we'll kind of hang out till as long as you guys don't want to hang out. Henry, hey, I got your message in Facebook. I will reply shortly. I don't have an answer for you yet, but I did get your message. I wanted you to know that. Very fun. Christy says, good afternoon, middle of the afternoon, bonus day off. I know that's, Judy, I'm in the same boat. Bonus day off. It's, I will never not accept a day off when they come. So Diane, good evening to you. Marie says, what? An afternoon episode? Why not? There's no rules here, right? I'm playing by my own rules. That's how I do this. Linda checks in from Indiana. Good evening. Good evening. See, can you see the habit developing? I don't even know what time of day it is, apparently. It's dark here, I tell you that. I don't know why. It feels like it's, I guess it looks okay, but usually it feels like it's brighter at night, but I guess because these lights are on. But anyway, so I have a short show tonight. This afternoon, I have just 2 emails, but I want to get into them. I thought they were kind of fun. Jane says, I am here. I'm at the gym. Very fun. I did my gym this morning. I'm already killing it today. I am at... let's see how many steps I have today. 10,784. I went to the gym this morning and got a good little bit of a run in. Needed that. Had to try out my new running shoes. And now, this will be interesting. I'm trying this, I don't know what it's called. Fruit in a jar, right? So it's kind of like fruits and vegetables. I'm telling you, it looks gross, but it started about here, and I'm trying to see if I can do something to get a little healthier with food. So with healthier food. I don't exactly love it, but it works. So cool. All right, let's do episode 234. Like I said, just 2 emails for this episode. And then after we get the 2 emails done, we'll come back and hang off. Rachel says, seriously, I can't believe you're able to drink that. I know. So my pickiness comes more with texture than it does taste, or I guess texture and smell are my issues. So for some reason, yeah, I'm able to drink that. Lindsay, look, I have a different colored flavored drink today. It's surprisingly not terrible. That's the official term that I'm giving it, is surprisingly not terrible. So yeah, I am impressed that I'm able to drink it as well. But I don't know what the right answer is. I don't know. I just know that I don't eat enough fruit. Sorry, I don't eat enough vegetables. And if this helps me ease into that notion, then sure, I'm all in. So cool. All right, 224, 234. Marsha's here. Woo, we can get started now. Yay, Marsha's here. Let me menu. I have to have to make room on the memory card. Otherwise, we won't have room to record the show. All right, so let's look. Test. All right, cool. All right, so 2:30, yeah, 2:34. After that, like I said, we'll hang out till as long, I don't know if it's long, but for a little bit. What time is it even? It's 3 o'clock. So my family will be home soon. So we gotta get this done. Hopefully they're listening and they don't come crashing through the door this afternoon. That would be kind of fun. So are you guys ready? 2:34, let's do it. Here we go, recording. We'll still drink regular water. There's no difference between day and night. Still need to get your water in. Cheers. Cheers. When I pull them from the back of the fridge, I forget that they're cold. I got to take them out a little sooner. Lisa's here. Woohoo! Yeah, brain freeze. It's like, oh, hang on. I'm on YouTube. Sorry, on Facebook. I'm backwards. So let me switch that around. I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm a little off. Lisa, I'm going to talk about that on this. Lisa and I had a great opportunity to catch up on the phone today, and I shared with her that something that I'm going to share on the podcast today. That she reminded me of a scenario that happened to me a little while ago that completely changed my journey. And so I'm actually, when it happened, originally I didn't think much of it, and then as I've gone through, I've learned a lot from one simple sentence that someone told me a little while ago, and I want to share that with you on this episode because it's kind of fun. When we had a great conversation. She's an awesome lady. If you don't know Lisa Allison, she's over on Instagram right now, but you certainly can find her on Connect. She's every bit as cool on the phone as I expected. So what a fun conversation. Anyway, so you'll hear something that I shared only with her today. She's the only one on the planet that knows this. And now the rest of you will find out really soon. So, all right, are you ready? 2:34. Let's do this. And we are recording, so that's good. All right. Yeah, Donna, you're welcome. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, cool. I am your host, Fat Dag. You're listening to Wise Advice. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. It wasn't until I switched my focus to why that I truly transformed myself. Join the show on the web at fatdag.com and follow along on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, all at Wise Advice. Send in your comments, your questions, your celebrations. I'll include them as part of the show. But before we dive in, remember, when you're out of points, stop eating points. Hey, I'm honored to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together because I believe in you. That's right. I believe in you. It's that simple. That is what I try and get through to every single person I talk to. I believe in you. You can do this. Welcome to episode 234 of Wise Advice. We're recording this one in the middle of the afternoon on Wednesday, which doesn't happen very often, but decided to go ahead and record it and let you guys watch live. So there's a handful of you on Instagram, about 50 or so hanging out on Facebook, and maybe a couple or so on YouTube. So it's kind of fun just to see everyone here in the middle of the day. Hopefully, if you're at work, hopefully your boss approves. I happen to be off for the day, so that kind of makes it a little easier. But I got a couple emails that came in today, actually. And I said, I want to bump these to the front of the line and put them on the show today. So I want to kind of got to go through them, and I'll give you a little teaser. At the end of the second email, there's going to be something that I'm going to share with you that I've shared with only one other person on the planet. That's it. Only one other person on the entire planet knows this. And now I'm going to, kind of give that to you today. I think it's going to be kind of fun. So let's do this. It says, good morning, Fat Dag. Hey, I've been meaning to write to you since the San Francisco tour to share how this one event impacted me in such a powerful way. First, I was so excited when I heard you were coming to San Francisco in November. I didn't know where, but I knew that I would be there. Fast forward to the week before, I had met a friend in a WW meeting, and we agreed to go together. She was validated. She was on WW, but the night before she got sick, and I was going to be on my own. Also, at this time, Northern California was on fire. There was an assault in Southern California. Quite frankly, California was a mess. But you were still coming. After all, you told us you would be here, and you not only are a WW, but you're military. The day before your flight was rerouted, and the day before all the emails were coming in, they were fast and furious, finally saying that you would be here. We would meet. Plan B was on since the run was canceled due to smoke, and as true as to who you are, you didn't cancel. You're military, and well, military doesn't quit. The morning of the day that I'd been looking forward to for so long, I woke up at some ungodly time like 5:30 a.m. to head out on my own to find Chrissy Field in San Francisco by myself. A scary thought. My thought was, as I opened the blinds, well, of course I'll go. Oh my God, he hasn't let a reroute, smoke, and a canceled run stop him. Oh my God, of course not. He's military. I got in my car, Googled Chrissy Field, and roared away when all of a sudden, my tire warning light came on telling me my tires were low. Next, traffic comes to a dead stop. In my mind, I was wondering, were these signs telling me to abort the mission? Then the thought was, no, Fat Dag is coming. He didn't abort, so I'll keep going. Google and I traveled on until I missed the quick turn off of Chrissy Field. I ended up on the Golden Gate Bridge. I continued on, made a U-turn, ended up going through a journey through a lovely housing development, finding my way to the parking lot in Chrissy Field. Now, at this point, I don't know where in Chrissy Field we were meeting or where I was at Chrissy Field, but as I looked to the right, I saw a crowd of blue t-shirts, and I thought, maybe that was the group. And it was. That day was one of the top 20 days in my life that I will cherish, from the chatting, meeting the infamous Lee, the beautiful Palace of Fine Arts, the circle of sharing at Starbucks, the 151 stairs up to the Golden Gate Bridge. All 40 of us walked, talked, shared, came from all over California because you said that you were coming. And because of you, my thoughts the next morning as I reflected, Jane, you said you're too old. You aren't in great enough shape, but you're at 64 and you're doing it. You're eating healthier. You just traveled. You met strangers. You climbed 151 steep steps. Fat Dag, this event had so much impact on me and my life, not only for this event, but how it correlates to my WW journey. Stay the course. Do it because you said you would. Because you are impacting someone you don't even know. So all I can simply say is thank you. Enjoy your day, Jane. Jane, what a lovely surprise to find in my inboxes this morning as I woke up. Truly, this was, you guys know, I did the 2018 international tour. I went to, 8 different cities and ran a 5K in all of them except San Francisco. And of course, the run canceled that. And you're right, it was kind of, I'll be brutally honest with you. When I told the world that I was coming to San Francisco, I wasn't even convinced when I said it. I made that decision back in March timeframe, right? And so March, planning a November trip in my life, that's not usually how I do things. So it was interesting in that sense to go, okay, I'm actually going to commit to this. And you're right, I gave you my word, and I said I would do this. It's fun to see Jane now interacting live on Facebook as I read her email, which is kind of cool. But as I was going through the motions of saying I'm going to do there, I know what's at stake for all of us. We're a community of people who understand each other. No one understands us like we understand us. And so for me at this point to not go through with my word to something I said I was going to do, well, certainly that was not going to happen. And I got to tell you, when I started planning these trips, as you know, most of them didn't really come true until about a week out because I had to make sure I could get there because I absolutely didn't want to cancel. I didn't want people flying in, driving in, and me not be able to make it. So you're right. I get to the airport, and the airport gets there, and I get to the airport. And I found out my flight was canceled, and so I was supposed to go from Indy to Chicago, and then Chicago over to San Francisco, and I ended up going from Indy to Charlotte, which is the East Coast, and then from Charlotte all the way across the country to the West Coast, and it was just something that I just had to do because I knew I needed to be there with you. Every single one of these events that I've been to, it's just as impactful for me as it has been for everyone else in the group. And I think the coolest thing about it is, and I put this on a post a little later, is I show up and nobody knows anybody in this group. And you're right, the blue t-shirts help. I swore up and down forever I would never sell t-shirts. I'm not in this to be the t-shirt guy. But the beautiful thing of the t-shirt is it makes it very easy for us to find each other because we're all wearing the same thing at this event. So I get there I get there. No one knows anybody, and we simply start chatting, start taking some selfies. Everyone's happy, and then slowly but surely, what happens is because there's like 30 or 40 people in the group, and I can't talk to 40 people at a time. You guys start talking to each other. That's the power of this. That's the most beautiful thing in this, is that you start talking amongst yourselves, and then quickly it doesn't matter if I'm there or not. That's the most interesting thing for me is that all of a sudden it's not about me, it's about us. And to me, that is the absolutely coolest thing we did. And so as we know, our run was canceled. We know that. We had the opportunity. We walked up to a Starbucks, and Steve was an amazing tour guide. He took us up there. And we took every chair in the place, right? We took the whole patio. We put them in a big circle of about 40 of us, like you said, and we went around the circle one by one, sharing our journey, who we are, why we're here, what are we doing, how are we doing it, what's the most impactful thing we've had in our life, and I tell you that the power, the emotion from that, probably a good hour and a half or so, as we sat there just pouring our hearts out to complete strangers. That's cool. And so that's what this day represents. That's what the 2018 International Tour represented. It's just a community of us getting together, sharing ideas, sharing stories, and finding true wingmen in and amongst the crowd of people that we already are hanging out with. So, no, we as we walked, we talked. You guys, you didn't come from all over California because I said I was coming. You came, you showed up because you believed in yourself. That's what it's all about. You wouldn't show up for this event. You wouldn't, ignore your tire warning. You wouldn't come to, driving through crazy neighborhoods if you didn't believe in yourself at least a little bit. And so the fact that you were able to get through there and make it to the event tells me all I need to know. It tells me that you're locked in. It tells me that you're focused, and it tells me that you believe in you. And that, my friend, is what goal feels like. That's what's going to keep you going at 64 years old. I would not have guessed that, by the way. You are doing it. You're eating healthier. You traveled. You met strangers. You climbed 151 steps. You did that. You can do all that again. You can do more than that. You can do whatever you put your mind to. So, Jane, truly, it was an honor to hang out with you. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much for your note. I'm planning a trip back that way. No promises, of course, but I'm planning it. That was one of my favorite stops. I want to go see that city when it's not, when I have more time, and two, when it's not full of smoke as well. So thanks for your email, for sure. Folks, this next email is going to be a little difficult for me to get through because it's actually handwritten. It was handwritten, scanned in, and so it's going to take me a second to get through it. But it was important enough that I actually totally want to share it. So bear with me as I stumble through it, because it's a little bit, a little more difficult than when I do them for the show. I make them a 16-point font so I can read it. But this one was just too good to not use. And it's from Sharon, and I don't know if Sharon's with us on Facebook or not, but Sharon, you can tell she's listening to the podcast as she's writing her notes, because there's some notes in the margins that talk about some things that are related to the show. But she opens her email with, "Dear Mike, I've lost 100 pounds, and I only meant to encourage my husband when I joined. You see, I'm a people pleaser. Since I was a little girl, I was trained to be obedient, to study hard, to be self-disciplined, hard work and success, and to give back. Well, actually, giving back is what I learned in my 20s, not from my family, though. The things I learned from my family of origin, my mom and dad and my younger brother, didn't always help me have a good self-image, and now I know this is what we all struggle with. An Al-Anon friend told me, make the next right decision, and I realized this is how we overcome addictions and evolve into a better person. Once we learn how, slowing down our lives and making decisions one at a time with our goals in mind, we can overcome anything. And our focus is the ability to make those choices instead of living our lives on autopilot. Well, autopilot is how I was eating when I started this journey, and autopilot is how I'm eating now, but my choices are 1,000% changed. From my old autopilot, I was feeding my emotions and not my body. I ignored my body, but no one else did. At 5'5", 285 pounds, my mom hounded me on a daily basis about how I was ruining my life and the life of my family. Okay, I can already hear you questioning the statement, but we need to go back to to where I told you I'm a people pleaser. My whole body and mind take in everyone's subtle glances in their questioning minds about my abilities. I'm overly sensitive and still very hard on myself. You see, my mom and I were exchanging daily emails because she's, in writing so that I could read it over and over, but she felt a need to direct and control my life from afar. We live states apart, so I thought these emails were keeping us connected. We have written almost every weekday for more than 25 years. Over that time, I'm sure we both said some terrible things. You're probably asking, who are these ladies and what a weird relationship they have? Well, at 56 years old, after losing 105 pounds, I tried to heal my personal relationship with my mom over Thanksgiving. After driving to Ohio to visit family, she became defensive and argumentative. She's dealing with grief and physical pain, but she has never been overweight. I thought mistakenly that she would be more accepting of me because I lost the weight, but she treated me worse than ever. In fact, when we pulled into the driveway after our 3 days in Ohio, I had to take my things and leave. She hadn't said much to me for a couple of hours. She had sobbed and told me she hated me and that I was crazy and that she hoped I didn't kill myself. We were supposed to shop for 2 more days in Indianapolis. It was Friday afternoon around 4 p.m., so I checked into a hotel to assess my emotions instead of driving 9 hours home. I stayed 2 nights. I ate well. I got a manicure. I had a late lunch at my favorite restaurant. Mom thinks it sucks. And in Indy with my favorite stepbrother, when I head home on Sunday morning, I was shaking, but I was also healing. I am so strong now. I'm learning so much from you, Mike. I wanted to write this not to heal me, but to heal others, to give them insight into the mother-daughter relationship. It was time for me to break a family cycle of control and manipulation. If I never lost the weight, I always would have thought that my weight was why my mom didn't like me. She likely has the onset of ALS, so maybe she thinks, maybe she likes me, maybe she doesn't, but it doesn't matter because I like me. I have the biggest, best group of supporters, and I'm only 30 pounds from goal. Here are some of my non-scale victories. I can cross my legs and wear cute clothes. I can run and ride everything at the amusement park. I'm becoming politically active. I'm planning for retirement. I travel, one of my original whys. My relationship with my husband is better, and we're talking about everything. I don't have secrets. I love my job. I want to help my community. I do not control my daughters. Mike, this is just the first of many letters that I owe you and the WW community. I am proud of what I'm doing, and I hope this touches more women in my shoes. Everything is possible because we are warriors. I love you and the wingmen. Good focus to all. Sharon. Sharon, thank you for that incredible heart pouring out email. I love it. There's a lot in here that you said that I think I want to focus on. And let's start with the part where you said you liked you. That's powerful. That's the most important thing that I ever want you to get out of this journey, is that you understand you, you love you know you. That's the piece that you got to get to. And I'm so glad that you get there. And I apologize that it comes at the cost of the email that it came at. But you're absolutely right. Is we evolve in this journey. We start this journey for one reason or another, and slowly but surely things change in our life, and to overcome addictions, and to overcome struggles, and to overcome mental abuse, we have to evolve into a better person, and we do that one single day at a time, one step at a time. And so just make the next right decision. You can't control anything that happened previously to you, but you certainly can control how you react. You certainly can control what you do next, and you have the ability to move on from there. So that paragraph that you written right there is absolute gold. We can take our mind, you can overcome anything, and your focus has the ability to make choices instead of living our lives on autopilot. So many things that we do are habit driven, and what we need to do is we need to get to the point where our habits carry us to goal. And so right now I ask you, the things that you do without thinking, are they helping you get to where you want to go, or are they pushing you further away? You want to get to that point where you are on an autopilot in a sense, but the autopilot is things that are healthy, getting you to go back and getting you into going in the right direction. Now, you and I have a lot in common. I'm a people pleaser as well, and I want to share something with you that I said in the opening of the show. And so, we're at the same point, and so we get to the point where we want people to like us, right? We want to share, we want to help people. That people pleaser mentality, but I tell you, it doesn't fit into the weight loss journey. There will come a time as you're losing weight, people start noticing and complimenting you, and then you start doing more and more and more to get some of that. And simply what happens is you get to goal, and sometimes a lot of that goes away, and you have to kind of reassess. But as you went through your whole life, and you interpreted everybody's subtle glances, and you were questioning their mind, in your own mind, their abilities. And what I mean by that is, and I can relate to that, is so, and what happens is as you know what's going on in your mind, and you try and read someone else's mind, and you think that they're thinking about you. And so that causes us to kind of get a little bit defensive and a little emotional. And if you're a people pleaser, that's painful. So the words that I always try and give in this kind of scenario is like, listen, you can't please everybody. And so there's no way you can please everybody. You've heard the expression, right? Who cares what other people think? Now, people pleasers, when we hear that sentence, we go, well, I do, right? We want to please people. That's in our nature. But I'm telling you right now, as probably one of the biggest people pleasers on the planet, you will not ever be able to please everybody. It's not going to happen. And you have no idea who those you aren't able to please will be. They could be related, they could be friends, they could be complete strangers. But you have no ability to choose them. They're going to choose that based on their own mind, their own life history, and there's not a thing you can do about it. So what I want to share with you is where I learned this the most is I learned it on Connect. And so as the follower count started growing up, the best thing, the absolute gift, I mean this with all sincerity, the gift that was given to me was one simple sentence. And it came completely out of left field. It completely shocked me. And for a moment, it derailed me. But as I look back on it now, I can tell you it's the single most powerful thing anyone ever said to me. And what they said was, Mike, you're drinking your water too fast. You need to change up how you drink water. And they went on about how I was drinking water incorrectly. And so, as you know, if you watch the show, when you do it live, I open the show with guzzling a jug of water. And someone let me know that I was drinking water incorrectly. Now, I don't want you to simply dismiss that, because what I want you to understand is if something so simple, so basic as my way that I'm drinking water is going to have someone have a reaction and then to correct me on how I do it, there's nothing else that I can do on the planet that's more basic than that in life. I guess the next thing is, Mike, you're breathing wrong, right? So what that meant to me, that the greatest gift they ever gave me is they gave me the permission to dismiss them. They gave me the permission to go, you know what? There will be people on this planet that there is not a damn thing I can do to please. The freedom, the absolute freedom that comes from that is incredible. So how do you relate that to your journey is you got to get to the point where you are doing this for you. And you're pleasing you first. And other people who want to be pleased, who want to follow along, and people who say, they want to be inspired by you, let them follow you as you do it, but don't change who you are. Stay true to you. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to your journey. Because that's the person you're going to live with for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life, you have you. And that's the only person that you'll have for the rest of your life. So continue to cross your leg, continue to wear cute clothes, continue to run and ride everything at the amusement park, be as politically active as you want to be, plan for retirement, travel, do all the things that you know you can do, and just know that what you're doing is winning. The power, the freedom that comes from winning and pleasing yourself is what I call goal. It doesn't matter what you believe, it doesn't matter what other people believe. If you are believing it and you're living it and you're liking it and you're loving it, celebrate that. That's where the power comes from. So keep up the amazing work. And if Lisa's still here, her and I had a great conversation about that today. And I said, we went on and on. And, I'll go one step further. I shared with her, like, today we mourn the passing of President Bush, and half the country is happy. The other the other half of the country is in mourning. Right? So you can't please everybody. Up until the day you leave this planet, you're not going to please everybody. Find the person who matters the most and that you can continue to celebrate. So what is it that you're celebrating? Let's share it on the air. Go to fatdag.com, click on the WhysAdvice podcast link, send in your celebrations, your comments, your questions, and I'll work them in as part of the show. I want you to email in your celebrations because I want you to be absolutely proud of what you're doing. When you're proud of what you're doing, what that tells me is that you believe in yourself. What that tells me is that you understand where you're headed and what you're doing works for you. Keep up the amazing work. Well, that's going to do it for this time. Remember that losing weight and getting healthy has nothing to do with luck. You have to remain disciplined and focused. Set your sights on your goal and go after it. I wish you good focus. Whoop, whoop. Anna says, I missed the last email. I had to go help someone here. Well, the good news is we recorded it. Yep. So Lisa says, I don't agree with Bush's politics, but I'm not glad he died. I agree, right? It's not about that. So I completely agree. He's a person. Has a family. So I mourn that as well. Anyway, so that's episode 234. Woohoo! Got that in the books. And what a cool day to do a middle of the day podcast. Lee, thank you. Yep. Therese, thank you as well. So hopefully you guys like that. Here's the other game plan, right? Boy, how fun would it be if I could do this every day? I'm telling you, I want to. I can't express that more than any other way. This is what I woke up this morning. I went to the gym. I came back from the gym. I did some Christmas shopping. I didn't buy anything. I can't tell you what I bought. I bought a couple things. But I bought a couple things, nothing elaborate. Came home, checked it on some email, do a live show. Man, is this not a perfect way to live or what? Excuse me. So anyway, that's episode 234. Awesome. Corey says, great show. Loved listening live on my commute home. Very cool. Donna says, very good message. Keeps us on track in decision making. I agree with that. Let's see. Heather said it was nice to have it in the afternoon. I didn't have to fight to stay awake. Me neither. So what's kind of cool, right, is tonight I get to go to bed early. I don't do that very often. So, Lindsay's asking, did I get Megan a puppy or a hamster? Neither. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted that I was Christmas shopping, and Megan, my daughter, she should have been at school studying. I don't know why she was commenting so much on my Instagram. So, I'll have to ask her about that. But yeah, she wants a puppy, a hamster, an iPad. What does she want? A laptop and an iPhone XS is what she said she wants. Kids, I tell you. Let's see. Great time of day. Wasn't falling asleep. No, I agree. So that's the game plan. Let's figure out a way when I retire to make this. I don't want to go get a job. I want to do this. So we have to figure that out. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I got to figure it out. So, Becky says, walked while listening, going to reach my 10,000 again today. Yep. Yeah, this is fun. I get a lot of comments from you guys, and then a lot of you say, yeah, we feel like we know you so well. And Corey does that beautifully. And I said, I'm going to bed early. She's like, but will you actually go to bed early? No, I won't. I will probably be in bed around midnight like I do every night, regardless of what's going on. So you got me. I get it. It makes me laugh because you're absolutely right. I'm not going to get to bed any earlier at all. So Jane says I'm 37 minutes on the treadmill. Awesome. I did 60 minutes this morning. So mostly I did, I'm trying to think of what I did. I walked for 20, ran for 20, and then walked for 10, 15, and then sprinted for 5. So, whew, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that was my hour this morning on the treadmill. I wish, Henry, okay. Henry said, let's do another podcast tonight. I'm not committing to that, but I will take it under advisement. That's what we'll say. We'll see, but if someone sends an email and maybe I'll have something to read. Kay Lynn Burr says, do you remember when you put your goal in the big book? Let's see, the Book of Awesome right here. Let's see. I don't remember it specifically, and I apologize, but if I wrote it in the book, it's still here. That's kind of cool, right? Nora says I'll have more time with my wife this evening, so we may do dinner. That's probably a good thought. We may go somewhere for dinner. Oh yeah, I'm giving up soda. Yeah, I do. I remember the scenario now. Let's see. I don't know. Do you remember the date? Let's see. There's a lot in here. There it is. Tonight was my last night with soda. Mark my words. October 1st, 2017. I love it. Woo! Sorry. Look at here. Look at that. I'm putting it on Facebook. Tonight is my last night with soda. Mark my words. Woo! Fun. Cool. So anyway, so Instagram, you missed that because Janine was calling me and I didn't accept her call, but that is cool. So come on, let's type in how awesome it feels to be completely soda free. No, I did it. 2015 was my last drop. Susan asked me, how did I find that? Got my ways, right? I'm not going to tell you all my secrets. If I give away all my secrets, then you guys will do your own show and you won't need me. And then what's this people pleaser to do, right? So I can't give away my secrets. Very fun. CRC Teach says, I am soda free 2 years plus. Awesome. I'm soda free too. Everyone is. Is everyone soda free? We should. We should be soda free. I mean, I'm not. Let me back up. If you want to, you should. I am not projecting that on you. If you don't want to, then don't do it. But I did it and I love it. So very, very fun. I know. I haven't had a drop of soda since 2015-ish. I'm trying to think. It was a New Year's Eve, 15 going into 16, 14 going into 15. So yeah, very fun. All kinds of soda-free folks on Instagram. Yeah. So hang on. Janine was calling me as I was reading in the book. So let me text her and find out what she needs. Give me 1 second. She says, my windshield is frozen. Yikes. Are you okay? I'm doing a live show. All right, cool. We'll see if she writes back. Hopefully she's okay. If not, then I got to go play tow truck driver or something. Whew. Only ginger ale if you're sick, says Sally. Dana says, no, not yet. Wean to a couple Diet Pepsi a day from at least 8, which is very, very good. Rubbing alcohol will melt the ice. Poor Janine, says Jane. Yep. So Janine spells her name Janine. So it's kind of like JA in the number 9. JA9 is how she spells her name. So, all right. So yeah, I mean, it just turned the car on and let it warm up. You know, maybe she doesn't have an ice scraper in her car. And that's her fault because I mentioned it more than once. I didn't say that live, did I? I hope I didn't. Anyway, woo! You know, it is what it is. One of the things I tell Janine and Megan is they should always, in the back of their car, have a jacket, a hat, and mittens, and an ice scraper. It should always be in the trunk. You know, and so even if you have to, go to Goodwill and buy a hat, jacket, mittens, and throw them in your trunk. They're not jackets you're going to wear, but they're jackets that you should just kind of have for like an emergency if you need it. So, no, I didn't just say that to the whole world. I'm deleting this episode. I did not just say that to the entire world. I'm not in trouble. Yeah. Brenda said this is fun listening in the afternoon. I agree. It's way more fun. I have a lot more energy in the afternoon. I feel more alive. And maybe it's because of this disgusting fruit drink. Not a fruit drink. It's a vegetable drink. I'm going to try a little more. I got to get this whole thing down. See, she didn't reply back, so that's not good. Susan says, can't wait till I retire. I agree, and I saw a couple of you say, they post on Patreon or become a patron, and I appreciate that. So, I mean, I have two choices in life. I have to go find a job in August, or I have to figure out a way to make this pay the bills in August, one or the other. And I'm hoping that I can figure out a way to make this pay the bills. I haven't really explored how to do that yet, but that's kind of what I got to start thinking about. So, we'll see. But for those of you who just joining us, we just recorded episode 234, and now we're literally just hanging out. This is the hashtag Ask Me Anything episode at this point. So I'll hang out until Janine replies back and tells me she needs me to come get her, but I'm not sure what's going on there. But so we're truly just hanging out. So if you have other things to be doing, go do them. If you're on the treadmill, keep doing that. Whatever's going on, but we're just gonna kind of hang out for a little bit. Yeah, Lee's got to go. I get it. Yep, I'm really just hanging out because I'm waiting to see if she's gonna text me back or not. Just kind of, those are texts you don't like getting as a spouse, right? Is my car's not working and then no response. It's like if you're gonna text and say your car's not working, you should be by the phone waiting for me to respond. And she called me, which is odd. So anyway, we'll see. The text was delivered, so that's good news. I did text. No, I texted her. She'll text back. Yeah, Karen says she threw the phone against the car. Yeah, probably true. Jane says, need to get off the treadmill, but I was waiting for you to stop. Awesome. Let's see. Dina says, I better go. My Wi-Fi isn't working. I'm streaming away on our data plan. Ooh, yeah, don't do that. So, no, but Lee, I don't think she's watching us live. So I don't think she knew what I said yet. So hopefully she doesn't watch it. And don't you dare tell her what I said. Yeah. So, all right, let me wrap this up because we're just kind of hanging out. Let me go check on her. I have no idea what's going on. I'm sure she's fine. I'm sure she's driving. Oh, let me check the Life 360 app. Do you guys have that app where you can track people? Yeah, she's driving, so that's good. So that's why she's not texting me back is because she's driving. And Megan's driving right behind her. I wish I could show you. So we have this app where it's called Life 360, and we can pull up with GPS, and I can tell exactly where everyone is. Yeah, so Caitlin, You have Life 360. So yeah, so they're both driving. They will be home in about looks like from where they're at, maybe like 4 to 5 minutes. They'll both be home. So yeah, Jamie, we used to use Find My Friends, but Life 360 is even better. So I think it's better. I think I don't know if we used the free version or not. I can't remember if I upgraded it or not. But it's more real time than Find My Friends, and it's just a little more accurate, I think. It's called Life 360. If you have kids, you absolutely need it. Totally need this if you have kids. So that's why we got it. We got it for Megan for sure. So anyway. All right, well, let's wrap this up. Like I said, she's on her way home. Maybe we'll go to dinner tonight because Megan is working. I know that. So maybe we'll go to dinner. Maybe we'll do a show tonight. I doubt it, but you never know. Things happen. And I say, yeah, or truck drivers in your family. Yeah, sure. People who are on the road a lot. That makes a lot of sense. We like it a lot. So, all right, I'm rambling. Instagram, thank you. Good afternoon. Have a good evening tonight. I wish you good focus. Bye-bye. All right, got Instagram wrapped up. YouTube, thank you for being here. Good afternoon to you. Janine texted me back, we're good. She says she's A-okay. Yay, which I already knew. But YouTube, thanks for being here. I'll put this in the app this pretty soon. You should have it pretty quick. Jamie says, I think you should do a show with your wife tonight. We talked about that before, doing like a spouse's version of a weight loss journey, and I just didn't think it would be interesting, to be honest with you. So we have talked about it. One, she doesn't exactly want to, but I don't know. I'll ask. That's all I can do is ask, right? I think she enjoys not the public side of it, versus I enjoy that side of it. So it's different, but. Anyway, YouTube, thank you. Good afternoon. Take care. I wish you good focus.